is Valley News Live at 4.
Slowly but surely, the rain is moving out. Let's get more on that timeline and what else is happening this evening. Nathan joins us early with more. Nathan.
Yeah, Andrea, it's great news that we are seeing some improving conditions in regard to that rainfall that's been around for what feels like all week long. Good news is, in our latest drought conditions monitor that came out this morning, there has been some improvement across our Minnesota neighborhoods. But now, because our North Dakota neighborhoods have seen such dry conditions, the extreme drought conditions have now moved further into the Red River Valley, including areas like Devil's Lake and up toward the Canadian border there, right along I-29. But the severe drought conditions now include areas like Grand Forks and just outside of Fargo-Moorhead, where those severe drought conditions have pushed towards. So, of course, still watching and still hoping for some more moisture, and I do expect us to get some of that moisture in the form of perhaps some wintry precipitation early next week. But we can see that radar does show improving conditions from areas like Grand Forks down toward Fargo. Still some showers lingering, however, in our Minnesota neighborhoods, where if we take a closer look in here to near Detroit Lakes, see some of those yellows just outside of Holly. So still some ongoing showers there in Minnesota. But Andrea, good news for the weekend. Things do look to be quiet for those folks who have those outdoor weekend plans. Of course, we'll break that down coming up.
Okay, thanks, Nathan. A major announcement today on progress of the Fargo-Moorhead Flood Diversion Project. State and federal officials say a $67 million bid has been awarded to industrial builders of West Fargo to raise a portion of Interstate 29 out of the floodplain. The 4-mile project extends from the Hickson interchange to north of the Davenport-Oxbow interchange. Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar says seeing the devastation of the floods firsthand showed her why it's so important for cities on both sides of the river to work together to stop it.
Is just as the waters fall and rise, our two communities fall and rise together. You can't simply say, well, Fargo and West Fargo, we're over here in Minnesota, so we'll see what happens to them, when you have tens of thousands of people going back and forth, living and working in these communities. We are one region.
The FM Flood Control Project includes federal, state, and local components, which is called the 3P project. More than 200 road construction projects are in the works for the state of Minnesota this year. Here in our area, 26 miles of Highway 87 from Frazee to the Becker and Wadena County line will be resurfaced. Crews there will work to widen shoulders between Frazee and Evergreen. The shoulders will also be widened for nearly 16 miles of Highway 200 near the south shore of Leech Lake. This stretch of road will also see new turning lanes. Fargo police are warning of a high-risk sex offender living in the area. Matthew Eagleman is currently homeless. He was convicted of gross sexual imposition in Ramsey County in 2002 and 1998 after victimizing several children. High-risk sex offenders are considered the most likely to reoffend. West Fargo police are warning about scammers using their department phone number. Police say those scammers are using the department's number to trick people into purchasing gift cards. The scheme works like this. Residents get a phone call saying they have outstanding warrants or owe money as part of a drug investigation. Then the scammer will ask you to buy gift cards from area stores and give them the card numbers over the phone. Police say they'll never ask anyone to buy gift cards to pay off warrants or for any other reason. If someone claiming to be West Fargo police asks you for money, give the department a call at the number on your screen to make sure it is legit. There's another scam going around Breckenridge, Minnesota, where scammers are pretending to be police. But this time, the scammers claim they're raising money. Breckenridge police say residents have been getting letters like this, asking for donations to a charity that supports the families of fallen officers. While the charity is real, police say whoever's sending these letters is not affiliated with it. If you need help uncovering an issue in your community, call our whistleblower hotline and we'll do our best to get to the bottom of it. 237-6576. You can leave your tip. The Hubbard County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help finding a stolen vehicle. They say the truck was stolen in southeast Bemidji within the last couple of days. This isn't a photo of the actual truck, just a similar one. The truck is a 2006 Chevy with Minnesota plates that read YBM 0403. You're asked to call police if you see it. The trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin entered a 10th day today with more testimony from key medical experts. Michael George reports from New York.
My full name is Andrew Michael Baker, the medical examiner who performed George Floyd's autopsy took the witness stand, telling jurors what he determined to be the cause of death.
Homicide in my world is a medical term.
Forensic pathologist Dr. Lindsay Thomas, who reviewed the report, was asked if she agreed with those findings.
There's no evidence to suggest he would have died that night, except for the interactions with law enforcement.
Jurors were handed autopsy images showing injuries Dr. Thomas says Floyd sustained as Derek Chauvin knelt on his neck for more than 9 minutes.
All of the things that he's using, his muscles, his strength, his body, it's kind of a double whammy to his heart and lungs and muscles and his whole system.
In cross-examination, the defense raised questions about the prone restraint the former Minneapolis police officer used.
Is the prone position on concrete inherently dangerous?
Again, with no other factors, as long as someone can breathe, no.
Right. I could be laying by the pool in Florida, right?
Right.
On my stomach in the prone position, not inherently dangerous.
Right.
George Floyd was not laying by the pool on his stomach in Florida, was he?
No.
Dr. Thomas also testified Floyd's death was not a result of a drug overdose or underlying health conditions, as the defense has suggested. Other medical experts who took the stand this week expressed similar opinions. Michael George, CBS News.
Chauvin is charged with second-degree murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter. If convicted of the most serious charge, he could face up to 40 years in prison. Pfizer is asking the FDA to authorize its COVID vaccine for kids ages 12 to 15. Pfizer, along with its German partner BioNTech, made the announcement this afternoon. The vaccine is currently authorized for emergency use in people ages 16 and older, but the companies are asking for the authorization to be expanded to include 12 to 15-year-olds. The request comes a week after the company said Phase 3 clinical trials showed the vaccine was 100% effective and safe in adolescents. You can get your shot in Detroit Lakes tomorrow, no appointment necessary. Essentia Health is accepting walk-ins at their vaccine clinic tomorrow morning. It'll be held at their St. Mary's Detroit Lakes facility in the North Campus building. That address is 114 East Frazee Street. They'll be giving out shots from 8:30 in the morning until 12:30 in the afternoon. If you're looking for more options to get your shots, you can use our VNL vaccine tracker. It's right on the home page of our website, or you can open your phone camera and point it at the QR code on your screen, then tap the link that pops up. Public Works employees in Valley City are asking people to think before they flush, saying crews have to clean debris out of their lift station every week. They posted this picture on Facebook. That's the trash rack at the master lift station. They say the picture shows just 20% of what is caught every week. While most of the items clogging the sewer are flushable wipes, they also report finding pop cans, bottles, trash, grocery bags, even sheets. City officials say if people stopped flushing things that shouldn't be flushed, it would prolong the life of the equipment that keeps the sewer system functioning and save everyone money in the long run. Luther Family Ford and Fraser are teaming up to support vulnerable young adults in the FM area. They're accepting donations of non-perishable food and gift cards to big box stores to support Fraser's at-risk and homeless youth program. You can drop off those items at the Luther Family Ford dealership at 3302 36th Street South in Fargo. They're accepting donations until the end of the month. People are freezing for a reason this weekend to raise money for Special Olympics. About 40 people will take the plunge into chilly water at the Delta by Marriott to raise money for people with disabilities. The event was postponed 3 times last year before being canceled due to the pandemic. 2020 was expected to be a record-breaking year for fundraising. All you first-time plungers, here's what you can expect.
And walk up the steps and you're looking down at the water and your heart is racing and you're just like really nervous and it's just like, oh, it's going to be so cold. And it is so cold.
Plungers must raise at least $75. Sign-ups are on Saturday starting at noon with the plunge beginning at 12:30. In an effort to bring awareness and help find forever homes, a special guest was serenading animals at a local shelter this morning.
they're just animals that want to love you just as much as you want to love them. So to be able to bring some attention to them and get some people to come over and hopefully find their permanent homes is the full goal. Like you're just trying to see me, and I'm like, oh, 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 oh.
Aspiring country singer and Carlstad, Minnesota native Darian Lee stopped by the Homeward Animal Shelter, playing songs of, some of her own music, including her new song, Let Me Go.
They've got a better reach than I have so far. They're reaching for the stars. They could have jammed to that Let Me Go solo.
Lee says she's always been an animal lover and says she wishes all of her audiences could be as cute and friendly as those at Homeward. The House of Windsor has lost its patriarch. Still to come, remembering Queen Elizabeth's lifelong companion.
And I do expect the wind to be calming down as we continue through our Friday evening. A wind advisory for our far western neighborhoods expires at 7 p.m. and notice those wind gusts do come down to that 20-mile-per-hour range as we head toward the 10 o'clock hour. But temperatures in Fargo not too bad, cooling to near 40 degrees by the midnight hour tonight. Then in Grand Forks, also expecting mild temperatures, but we'll break down that weekend forecast next.